everyone, we are going to paint a kid's Easter basket with a bunny sticking out today. So I'm going to show you how I did it and you can follow along. Boys and girls, moms and dads, brothers, sisters, whoever wants to paint. So there's a little bit of drawing after we get our background done, but it should be fairly easy. So I'll show you what I'm using. I got a canvas, and that's a 12 by 12. No, I think that's 14 by 14. You can use whatever size you have, it doesn't matter. We are also using a variety of paint colors. I didn't know what I wanted to use, so I put them all out. So we are using yellow and brown and a light green and a pink and a purple and a red, black, blue, and white. And you can choose whatever colors makes you happy and whatever you like to use. And you need paper towel. You will need a cup of water to rinse your brushes, and you will need some brushes. And it really doesn't matter the size of your brushes as long as you have a couple of brushes that you could use. And you can get those at the dollar store. So we're going to get started, and first I'm just going to paint a real simple background here and some light green here for grass, and then we're going to draw a little picture on, and then we'll paint it on. Sounds good. We'll get it ready for the Easter bunny. Okay, so we're going to use a little bit of water. We're going to dip it here, and I'm going to use some blue and a big chunk of white because I don't want my background to be too dark. So I got a lot of white and a bit of blue. And you can paint it whatever color makes you feel happy. And I hope that if there are boys and girls that are going to paint this, that you post your pictures and I can see what a wonderful job you did. And see how pretty that is with just white and blue mixed together, and it looks like a sky. So I'm going to get some more paint. So you just pick up some blue and a big chunk of white. And I don't mix them together until I go on the canvas. And I'm going to go back and forth, and have nice strokes all the way up and down and make it look like a pretty sky. And get some more paint. And we'll keep painting it in. Nice big strokes right across. And we're going to go down a nice way so we get close to the bottom, where we're just going to put some green for grass. And actually, I think I need a different color green. Oh no, it don't matter. I'll use that one. That's fine. You can use whatever colors you have. So I'm coming down a nice ways to about here. And then I'm going to pick up some green. So I'm just going to get some green. And for now, I'm just going to paint across. And I think that when I get our basket and our bunny drawn in, then we'll make some more grass. So for now, I'm just going to paint a line right across. Okay. There we go. So that is our background so far. So we got blue and white and a little bit of green down here. Now, if you want, when that dries, and you can dry it really quick with a hair dryer, you can use chalk and you can draw on what I'm going to do with my brush, or you can just go for it. Completely up to you. So I'm going to use a pointy brush. I'm going to get it wet. And I kind of want just a shape right now. So I'm going to get some brown. Pick up some brown. Actually, I'm going to add a tiny bit of black to that because I want it a little dark brown. And let's see. So right now we're just going to draw an oval, kind of, just like a shape like this. So actually it's a semicircle. We're going to draw a semicircle. Make sure when you're down here, it's straight across because it's just sitting in the grass. And I'm just going to come over just a little tiny bit here and a little tiny bit here. And I add some more water. And for right now, I'm just going to draw, I'm just going to draw a handle on the basket. I'm not going to touch it there yet, and I'll show you why after. I'm going to come up very high, and I'm going to come down right here. And I'm going to go over it again with a little bit more paint, and I'm pressing a little harder as I'm going up and around, and I'm going to get a little bit more paint. I'm going to come up here and bring it down to right there. And that will be our handle when we're done. Okay, so I'm going to clean out my brush really, really good because we are going to need to use this brush again. So I'm going to draw in a couple of just bunny shapes, and then we are going to fill it in, okay? So first I'm going to want his bunny shape. So I'm going to make a little bit of a dark gray. So I'm going to take a little bit of black and some white and mix them together. Get a bit of water in that. There we go. So it's not so black. So you don't want it really, really black. Now if you want to use black, you can, but I kind of want just a darker color for now. So now I'm going to come right here, and I'm just going to come right here where I stopped with the basket, and I'm going to go right around and make like a oval shape to right here. So we're just going to make an oval shape, okay? So do that little part, and then we are going to make a smaller oval shape right on top of it, right here. So I'm just going to come here, and I'm going to come across and down right there. And we have two oval shapes, a big one and a small one. Okay, so then I'm going to come here, and I'm going to make his feet. So I'm going to come and make a shape right here, kind of like a semicircle. And I'm going to do the same on this side. I'm going to come around and I'm going to make a semicircle. Get a bit more water and paint on my brush. And then I'm going to come here. I'm just going to make bump, 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 and up. Bump, 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 and up. And then we're going to come right here in between his two toes, and we're just going to make a little line across. And we will fill it in after, so we're just getting our shapes in so far. So now I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to make a couple of bunny ears. Don't worry, it will go over the basket, and we will fill it in a little bit, so it's okay. So I'm going to come up, and a bunny's ears is going to come up here, and then he's going to come down. And we're going to go do the same on this side. We're going to come up, go over your basket a little bit, and we'll fill it in with white after. Come up, and we're going to come down right here. Okay, and I'm going to draw on a fluffy tail. Like that. And so we're going to let that dry for a couple of minutes. And in the meantime, I'm going to draw a couple of eggs kind of sticking out of the basket first. And we're going to color those in after. So I'm going to use that same dark gray color that I made. And maybe I'm going to make an egg sticking out here. And maybe there's an egg popping up here. And an egg over here. And maybe there's one kind of leaning out here a little bit. Okay, so we're going to let our bunny dry so we can come in and fill it in a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and we are going to, maybe we should put a couple of eggies down here. That would be cute. So let's just get some of that color again. A dark gray color, and we just made that with our white and our black. We're going to fill in our grass later, but maybe there's a couple of piggies here. So I'm going to draw an oval shape here and maybe an oval shape here, leaning into that one, and an eggy here in the grass, and maybe one right here. Okay, so we are going to let that dry, and I'm going to switch to a different brush. So I'm going to go to, let's see, what did I do with it? Okay, here it is. So I'm going to just go to a different size brush, and we are going to fill in our basket. So I'm going to use that brown, but it's really dark, so I'm going to take a tiny bit of white and just add to it to lighten it up a little tiny bit. You can use whatever color brown that you're happy with. And I'm going to come here, and we're just going to fill in our basket. And I'm just going to pull the strokes down. And boys and girls, you can do whatever makes you happy. You can go back and forth this way, or you can go up and down, or you can do crisscross shapes. You can do whatever shape that you like, because it's all about what makes you happy. And painting makes me happy. It's a lot of fun. And so we're just going to fill in our basket. Once you get your bunny shaped out, and fill it in. I'm just going to be careful when I go around this because it's not completely dry, and if you're worried that it's not really dry and you don't want to smear black all over your painting when you're painting your basket, or we start to paint our bunny, then just get mom or dad, or you can get a hair dryer. It's better if mom and dad did it, and just quickly blow over it for a minute or so and it'll dry it, because paint dries really fast. And that's our basket so far. All right, let's go and fill in our bunny. So I'm going to use the same brush, and I'm going to clean it really, really good. And the reason we're cleaning it good, we don't want any brown to be on our white bunny. So I'm going to dip it in white, and I'm going to start up here. I'm going to fill in those ears. And so you can see a little bit of my black is pulling through because I haven't let it dry completely. And I probably should have dried it really quick. But I don't want this to be a super long painting for you. So I'll keep going, but you should let it dry. It's probably going to be better if you let it dry a little bit. Or you can give it 2 coats, and then you can make it nice and white. And clean it again. And I'm going to pick up a nice chunk of white now. We're going to come in and we're going to fill this part in. And make sure that your black is already dry before you do this part, so you don't pull any black into your white bunny. And I'm just going to tap in some color. Tap in that white. And it's okay if there's a lot of brush strokes because it makes it look a little furry, and that's okay. And I'm going to just tap it in here. Oops, you see how that black kind of pulled into that white because it wasn't dry? You know what would be really cute is when this painting was completely dry, if you had a glue stick and a cotton ball and you stuck it on right there for his little tail. That would be really cute. Okay, so let's just fill in his feet. We're going to fill it in with some white. We will come back and we're going to put some pink on top of that after and really make it look like his feet. So don't worry yet. It will be cute. Okay. And like I said, it's probably really good. If you're able to give it a couple of coats, that would be great. Okay, so because I'm making a little bit of a mess, I'm going to show you what it's like when it's dry, and it's so much easier. So I'm going to plug in a hairdryer that I have with me. I always have a hairdryer when I'm painting. So you might want to close your ears for a minute because it's going to get loud for like 30 seconds. Here we go. 1 minute. you how much easier it is when it's dry. And I did make a little bit of a mess up here, and that's okay. We can fix that after. So I'm going to load it up with white, and I'm going to come here. Just going to fill it in and see how much whiter it is when you fill it in when it's dry, as opposed to moving wet paint on wet paint. See the difference in white here and the white here? And I'm just going to give this one a second coat really quick. There we go. And we're just going to fill in the bunny around the bottom. We can come back and we can do the line over the bunny tail after. And like I said, if you want to be really creative, it would be cute if you had a glue stick and a cotton ball and you just stuck it on when your painting was completely dry. And it would have to be completely dry in order to do it. Okay, so I'm going to go to this brush and I'm just going to get some white, and I'm just going to fill in these eggies a little bit of white. And I'm going to fill them in here because we want to be able to put some pretty colors on them, and you get to decorate them whatever way you like. But they're good if they have a good white base first. And again, it would be better if they were a little drier before you did that. And I hope everybody's excited about the Easter Bunny coming next weekend. Wow, next Sunday. How many sleeps is that, I wonder? Has anybody counted how many sleeps it is yet? I think it's 7. What is it? 7 or 8, 8 or 9, 8 or 9 sleeps. It's exciting. And there we go. So our bunny is kind of excited about the eggs that are in that basket, and he's kind of hopping in a little bit. I'm going to clean my brush, and I'm going to come right here, and we're going to put his feet in. So I'm going to get some pink, and I'm going to add a little bit of water, just to make sure. Now, if you're using a different paint, sometimes if you're using craft paint, and it might be a little watery, so just check and make sure what kind of paint you're using, and if it's really watery, you don't need to add any water. And so we're going to make a oval right here, like an oval, yeah, more of an oval than a circle. And I'm going to do one right here, and do an oval, just fill it in, just like that. And then a bunny's feet also has like little circles right here on the bottom, the pads of his, would you call it paws? Bunny paws, bunny feet. I'm just going to add 3 little dots on each side to make it look like his bunny feet. Okay, I'm happy with the way that's looking. Okay, so now we're going to have a little bit of fun, and we get to paint in our eggies. Now mine are still wet, so I'm going to try them really quick so I don't pull it up for you. Okay, so now you get to have a lot of fun because you get to put whatever decoration onto your eggies that you like. You can use whatever color you like. And that's why I had a lot of different colors on mine, because I like yellow, and I like red, and I like pink, and I like green. So maybe I'll start down here. Maybe he has a couple of lines. And maybe on this one there's some yellow polka dots. And maybe on this one, he's just yellow up in the corner. And maybe I'll have a line down on this one. And you put whatever shapes and whatever colors on your eggs that makes you happy. And I'm going to do, let's see, I'm going to do red stripes on this one. I'm going to fill it in with a different color after. And maybe I'll put some squigglies up and down on this one. And I like polka dots, so I'm going to put some polka dots on those. And I'm going to clean my brush. So in between all of your colors, you're going to clean your brush really good so that you have a clean brush when you go in with your next color. I'm going to get some purple. And I think this one back here, I'm just going to fill it in purple completely because sometimes the eggs are just one color and I really like purple. So I'm just going to fill that one in with purple. And down here, I'm just going to add some purple polka dots onto that other eggie that I had. And maybe this one has some squiggles up and down. This one has some lines. And I'm going to get another color. Maybe I'm going to use some blue. And I'm going to have the bottom part blue here. I can't wait to see what your paintings look like and what pretty colors you used on your eggies. There. And I'm going to put some blue polka dots on this one. I'm going to have a lot of polka dot colors, I think. And clean my brush. And I'm going to get some green. And this one has a couple of lines on it, just like that. And maybe this one over here has the squigglies in between the yellow with a different color. I'm going to color it there. I'm going to color it here. And I'm going to put polka dots in between this one. And you know, whatever shapes and whatever colors you put in it, it's perfectly okay because you are creating your own picture and making it unique for you. Okay, so far that's our bunny in the basket. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to get some darker black and a little bit of water. And I'm going to come across here and I'm just going to make a little line across here and here, just where my basket ended. And I'm going to shape out my basket a little bit. You don't have to do this part, but I feel like it kind of makes my basket a little brighter. It stands out more when it's traced out a little bit. And I'm going to, let's see, so a basket handle, you could have little lines that go across it like this. And they could be very quick lines. You know how the Easter Bunny brings a basket and it has all these little lines going around the basket for the handle. There. And we are soon going to be done. So I'm just going to really quickly fix his little tail a little bit with a little bit of black. And again, this would be really cute if you let it dry and then you glued on a cotton ball. That would be really cute. I'm just going to trace around his feet again. When we first did our bunny, we did our outline so we could see where he was. And now that we know where our bunny is, we can just pop that tracing a little bit more with just a little bit of color. You see how it makes his tail a little bit better? Now, I might even trace around the pink. And if you don't want to use black paint, you can use a black marker when your paint is dry. And you could do that too. And I'm just going to trace around my bunny. And come up here and just trace him out a bit. his ears. See how our little bunny has come into life with a little bit of tracing around it. And again, you can use a marker. There we go. So we are almost done. And you can also go ahead and you can trace out your eggs if you wanted to too. It's completely up to you, or you could leave them like they are. You can even trace it around them if you wanted to. Whatever makes you happy. And the reason I didn't use black the first time is I was afraid I wouldn't like it. And if I use complete black, then it's harder to go over. So far, that's our bunny, and he's looking pretty cute. I kind of like him. And you can go in and you can put some design on the basket too, and that would be really cool. So now we're going to make some grass. So I'm going to clean my brush, and I'm just going to go into this green. I might take a little bit of white. And I'm going to use my brush, and I'm going to hold it back here. And I'm just going to make some grass. I'm going to come up and flick a little bit around my eggies too. Flick up some grass. Put a few lines down there. And some grass comes up around the basket too. You see, that's why I didn't put my black line all the way across the bottom, because I want it to be able to go over it a little bit with some green to make some grass. And some more right here. And so you hold your brush right out here and you let your grip be really loose. I'm just going to pull some grass around my eggs. And we're going to come here and pull it up and just pull up. You have as much grass or as little grass as you want to. It's completely up to you. And that is our bunny painting, and we are all done. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing what you create and how your bunny and your Easter eggs turned out. So thanks for watching, and make sure that you post your pictures so I get to see what your bunny painting turned out like. Happy Easter, everybody, and have a great weekend.